Hey. I am back. My name is Tamika Mathis. I am a domestic violence survivor. I have been sharing my story with you guys. I am really taken back at all of the support, all of the people that have been reaching out asking when is the next story is going to drop. If you're not asking me, you're asking someone that you may have seen me with, that you guys are ready for another story to drop. And that means a lot. So if you have not hit the subscription button, I ask that you hit that button for me and make sure you like, comment, and share this message, right? If you have not watched my prior videos, please go back and watch those videos because it's almost like a story. And I would hate for you to start here in order to understand where I'm coming from in this story. So I titled this story, The Abandonment, in parentheses, my final walk, right? So you may say, why do you call it the abandonment? So if you watch my last video, I talked about how I end up leaving, right? I end up leaving. I talked about that. I talked about how I end up leaving. And when I left, instead of it being a peaceful separation, it was, you thought it was HELL while I was there. It was 10 times worse when I left, when I finally left. And the rumor that he was telling people was I abandoned him, right? You know, not the fact that he was putting his hands on me, not the fact that he was degrading me, not the fact that he was cheating, not the fact that I had black eyes and couldn't show up for some of the functions with our friends, not the fact that I had a busted lip, not the fact that he was doing all of the things that will cause someone to walk out. He never would say that. So he led with, she abandoned me. She left while I was gone. She left and I had no clue. She just packed her stuff and left. I don't know why. She just left. You know, he started saying, he didn't just say that. He said so many things along the lines of, I wasn't motivational. I was holding him back for his full potential. I didn't spend time with his children, or I didn't go pick up his children. He didn't pick up his own, but okay, that's another story. I cussed in front of his mom, but he was cussing his own mom out, but that's another story as well. All of these things, right? He didn't have anything good to say about me. I ain't have no money. I'm broke. Everything, despite the fact that I'm the one that was the force behind the trucking company. I'm the one that was making sure it was up to date, up to par, in compliance, all of that. Because when I got in it, baby, wasn't nothing right? None of that. He didn't have anything good to say. He just had everything to say. He said, I abandoned him. Even in the papers, when it's time to sign up, that's what he had in there, that I abandoned him. Anything to try to make it seem as if he was this upstanding guy and I was this bottom, and I do mean at the bottom, that he brought up to the top. It was because of him that I was shining. It was because of him that I got this light about me. It was anything, right? So let me just tell you what led up to the abandonment, now that you got a background of it. So, but it's my final walk. You know, that's my truth. It was my final walk, but to him, it was abandonment. So we agreed to counseling, right? We agreed to counseling. He said he was going to go. That's the only reason why I came back off of his word. Even though he has lied so much about changing and not putting his hands on me, and I trusted him, he still, you know, didn't want to do the counseling. So he promised, I'm going to do the counseling. You got to pick it, and I had to pay for it. That was the agreement, because I ain't got money for that. So you have money for everything else, but you ain't got money to get yourself help, to try to get this marriage fixed, to try to truly stay up under this covenant, right? So I paid for it. I picked a man so it can be fair. So you won't feel like the women is double teaming up on you, or we trying to pick sides, or, it's all these women, I picked a man, a Christian man. We go to counseling. Now, mind you, an hour before counseling, he didn't even want to go. He thought because we had a good day and we was riding around and we was talking, we should be good. That's just who he is, right? He can put his hands on you. He can disrespect you. You can find out something about him. And what he'll do is he'll buy you some things. He'll try to cuddle you. He'll try to make you feel like, do a post, this big post to get all these likes so that he can be this stand-up guy, right? And you'll forget that y'all got to settle these issues. But I was like, no, we going to counseling, because see, in my mind, it ain't nothing else you can do. You can't buy me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. The only thing you can do is walk through those counselors' door that's going to move me. That's it. Ain't nothing you do. Your touch ain't going to move me. Having sex with you ain't going to move me. Sending me flowers ain't going to move me. You going to counseling is what's going to move me. That was my thing. That was my non-negotiable, because right now I'm turned off. Right? I'm in a marriage and I'm completely turned off. I am there, but I am completely turned off. I'm trying to get turned back on. And the only way that I'm going to get turned back on, if you take your butt to counseling. We go to counseling. Can we go to our first section? Cool. We schedule the second section. Here go for the second section. We at home. We chilling. He ain't working. All of a sudden, he gets up. Oh, I got to go get my truck fixed. And if you in trucking, this is an hour before our counseling appointment. If you in trucking, you know that it ain't no such thing as going to the shop and they gonna fix your truck in 30 minutes, gonna fix your truck within the hour. It could be hours on top of hours. It could be days. It could be weeks. It could be months. We already know how that roll if you in trucking. It ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing. So you knew. I didn't even say nothing. I'm not finna argue. I got up. I got ready. I go, you call. This is how you know you wrong. You called to see what I was doing. I'm on my way to counseling. Why you ain't say nothing to me? I'm not going to say anything to you because the email comes to the business email, and I did that on purpose so that he can have no excuse that he didn't see it. Because if he ain't going to do nothing else, he going to check that business email because that's money. So you're going to check that so it comes to the business email, right? I go to it. I get out of counseling. He called, and I'm there by myself, and in counseling, I told the counselor, if he does not show up for the next section, I'm walking out of my marriage, because this was the non-negotiable. And he keep trying me. Like I'm not going to stand on what I said. Because see, now I don't got to the point where I don't mind saying how I feel now. A lot of times I was quiet. That was the most I ever argued with him during this time when he had to go to counseling. That's the most I ever talked to him any kind of way, because I didn't care. I didn't care about your feelings no more because you didn't care about mine. So I would say stuff. Soon as you disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect you back. That's how I had got. Like at first, I wouldn't even say something sometimes. You disrespect me, I just go pray and tell God. But I was tired of, and I'm going to be honest, going to God on you being disrespectful. I just started being disrespectful back. It wasn't nothing you can say to me that I ain't have a comeback. That's how it was. Okay, so we go. No, so he called after counseling. He called because I told the counselor, I'm not with it. I was in there crying. I was in there trying to understand. I was in there trying to figure it out. I'm like, I'm tired of being the one that's always showing up. And my feelings are not being addressed. How I feel is not being considered. My wants are not being met. Right? Get out of counseling. He called. Can you come pick me up from the truck shop? They got to keep my truck for a couple of days, or they ain't doing my truck, blah, blah, blah. Go pick him up. You know, he trying to start an argument, anything to try to start an argument. The fact that I didn't put gas in the car before I came and picked him up, he just trying to start. I didn't even argue. I'm not going to argue with you. Well, let's ride to Atlanta for the weekend. I don't want to go to Atlanta. That goes back to what I'm saying. He would try to accommodate for his mishaps and to try to weigh you, sweet things over with you by trips. I don't want to go to Atlanta. We done been to Atlanta 100 times. Ain't nothing changed. I don't want to go to Atlanta. No. And I told him there, if you don't show up for counseling, the next section, I am leaving you. The only reason why I am here is because you agreed to go to counseling. I ain't here for the business. I don't care nothing about this business. I'm not here for the because of you. I mean, I love you, but my mental is more important now, right? So we was having this good day, right? Here it is coming up to the third section. It's a week away from the third section. It was on a Sunday, right? It was on a Sunday. This is where I told you I felt like I was about to lose my mind. It was on a Sunday. It was on a Sunday. We was chilling. We was trying to figure out what we want to do that day, you know, because I'm still showing up in my marriage. I'm still cooking, cleaning, washing. I may be still fighting you on you speaking to me any kind of way, but I'm still showing up as the wife. I'm still doing what is necessary. I'm still handling the business. I'm still working my full-time job, right? I'm not just sitting there being cute like he was telling people. I was just sitting there being cute and wasn't doing nothing. Even with the abuse, I was still showing up for the business. Even with the black eyes, I was still showing up to meetings with a hat on, extra makeup, hoping don't nobody see that this man don't give me a black eye knowing we got a business meeting, right? I was still showing up, okay? Chilling on a Sunday. I go to the bathroom. I come out and I say, what you want me to cook or you want to go out to eat? How you want to do it? I think it was either had just rained. I can't remember how the day was, but I looked out the door. I walked to the door, looked out the door. I said, well, don't look too bad. You want to go out or you want me to cook? And I walked past the couch and I happened to look down. His phone was spread open and it was him and another woman naked. It was a video. So I said, what the? And he realized he ran in there. We tussling for the phone and I'm tussling, he tussling, and I'm trying to get it and he snatched the phone. So I'm going off and yes, I'm cussing because that's what he like to tell people how she be cussing. Okay, yeah, because you're trying to make me lose my mind now because I don't came back. You don't embarrass me. You don't hit me in the club. It's all on social media. I am embarrassed and I don't took your word and I'm here and this is what, so it's old. Why is it in your phone? If it's old, why are you looking at it? If it's old, how dare you disrespect me and I'm in the house and you are looking at it, right? So we're going back and forth, but after a minute, what he does is after he get through saying what he gonna say, he don't say nothing else. He just sit there and act like, well, what you ain't gonna do nothing. I dare you to do anything. You can't beat, because he done told me plenty of time. It ain't like you can beat me up. That used to be his favorite thing to say to me. It ain't like you can beat me up. But in my mind, I felt like I was about to lose it because I could remember waiting to exhale how she was smoking that cigarette and she was debating on what she should do. That's how I felt. I went into the room, I opened the curtains, and I was looking at the curtains and I thought about what a gun was. I thought about what everything was, how Negro, even though I said Nick, you about to make me lose. I knew I was about to lose my mind because you keep doing stuff, right? And in that process of me just staring at that wonder, I thought back to everything that I have tolerated. I tolerated the fact that, you wasn't honest when it came to the business and you was getting into all that trouble and I would drive hours to get you out of jail. I tolerated the fact that you was going to be this different man and we had to go in and out of court for you making stupid business decisions. I tolerated the fact that you was putting your hands on me whenever you got upset and you was taking it out on me. When I lost my baby, you was in the hospital every day complaining about being there, left every day. Didn't stay there the whole time. You left every day. I tolerated it. I tolerated the fact that when I came home from the hospital that you left the same day, that I had to sit in that house by myself for days and deal with, the emotions. If it wasn't for my family and my friends, I would have literally lost my mind. I just kept thinking about everything that I have tolerated. And you still find a way to disrespect me. You still find a way to try to make me lose my mind. You still find a way to not honor this covenant, not honor this marriage. So I left that night and I had to ride around and I could remember crying and I could remember texting a friend and the advice was just go back and talk. Wait, see, is he going to go to counseling? Don't be so quick. Try to understand him. Yeah, baby, I'm about to lose my mind. You want me to understand this? So I went back brought food back. And the next day, as usual, you act like you didn't do nothing. You trying to give me a kiss, want to pray for you, get on the road. Like you want me to go back to wife mode, the person that I am mode, and forget what I just saw. Don't try to smooth it over. So we had an appointment that Saturday. So Monday come, we don't really talk. We just talking business. He don't address the fact of what he did. He doesn't apologize for it. Didn't apologize at all. When I say didn't apologize, did not address it at all. You hear me? You understand? He didn't. Okay. Saturday come, he gets home like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And let me just say this. One thing about him, it don't matter if we got an appointment somewhere, especially if it's concerning something he want to do. We finna meet up with friends, family. We finna turn up. We finna go to brunch. It don't matter what time he get in. He gonna lay down for a quick second. He gonna get dressed and get up and be on the go. Because it's what he want to do. He gets home. He take a shower, get in the bed. Time to go to counseling. I think it was around 11 or 12. One of those times. And I get ready. I ain't finna say, are you going? I ain't finna say nothing because you are aware. I walk out the door. He watched me get ready. He didn't say nothing. He didn't address nothing. I left. I went to counseling because I paid for the session. So I went and I told, it was even 15 minutes. I went in with him 15 minutes because I told him I only came because I paid for it. I am leaving him. I said, I know I have to leave when he is not there only so that I won't feel like I'm going to get attacked or anything is going to happen. It's for my safety, right? The counselor said, do you feel like you need someone to be there with you? Are you able to handle it? Do you feel like, just want to know my safety? And so I told him, yes, I'll just wait till he leave, even if it means that I got to sit there until Monday, because I know for a fact he's going to get on the road. So even if he get on the road, I'll just wait, but I know I'm leaving. This is my final walk, right? Get back. He in the bed. He up. He acting like he all on the phone. Yeah, man, you can do this. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Hey, I'm about to go to the casino. Just like I ain't here. You hear me? I'm about to go to the casino. I didn't even say nothing. Then that man went to the casino. He went to the casino. And I packed everything I could in my car. I packed everything I could in my car. Everything. And I left. That was the longest 7.5 hours I ever drove home. I cried. He didn't call. He didn't check on me. He didn't do anything. He came home the next day and another woman dropped him off. And that's what he moved on with after I left. So that show you he didn't care anything about this covenant. I was only there for the business, because that's all. Even after I left, that's all he was worried about. What about the business? You still my wife. You still can have anything that you want from me. But what about the business? He didn't care anything about the covenant, getting the help that was needed. So he spreaded all those things. But when I wouldn't, but the agreement was, if I'm going to help with the business, you got to pay me. But because I wouldn't help with the business, he cut me off from everything he could. He tried to make me suffer. He called me every name in the book. Even with him calling me off the name, I still turned around and helped on certain things with the business and still didn't get paid for it. So that was my final walk. And when I tell you I went through it for months because I was trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? Why couldn't I bring him out of it? So that was my final walk. That, he called it abandonment, but it was for my safety. It was for me knowing that in order to stay in my right mind so that I wouldn't lose my mind, because I felt like that was about to happen, that I was going to literally lose my mind and snap. And I would have been that story that was on Snap, because I have tolerated and put up with so much. Right? I did that. And as I stated, when I came home, it wasn't easy. And he wasn't fair. But that's going to lead into the next story. I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Thank you for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Bye.